So now we need the functionality on the back end to actually add an order to the database. So in our back end here, let's create a new controller called order controller.js, and I'm going to copy, let's just copy from product controller, this here, the first function and the two imports, and we want to bring in the order model, which we created a little while ago. And this is going to be a function to create new order, and it's going to be a post request to API/orders, and it's going to be private or protected, and let's call this add order items. Alright, and then we can get rid of this stuff here. So we're going to get from the body, let's just destructure a bunch of stuff from request.body. So in here we're going to want the order items, which is going to be the array of orders that get items that get sent. We want the shipping address. We want the payment method. We want the items price, the tax price, the shipping price, we want the total price, and that should do it as far as items that are going to come from the form or from the body here. Now we want to make sure that order items that comes in, that we want to make sure it's not empty. So let's say if order items exists and order items is, or order items dot length is equal to 0, then we're gonna res dot status 400, which is a bad request, and throw a new error, and we'll say no order items, and then let's just return. Else, then we want to create a new order in the database. So first thing we'll do is instantiate a new order with new order and pass in an object here. We want to pass in all this stuff, so I'm just going to grab all this. Now in addition to this stuff, I also want the user. We want to attach the logged in user to this, so request.user._id, because this is going to be a protected route, so we'll be able to get a token and get the user ID from the token. And let's see, so after we instantiate this, it's not saved in the database yet. To do that, let's say const created order, and let's set this to await, and take that order that we just instantiated and call .save, and then we'll res.status a 201 because something was created, and then add some JSON to that and just say message. Actually, we don't need to have a message. We'll just pass in the created order. So created order. So in the next video, we're going to move back to the front end, and we want to create an action that will make a request to this. Oh, speaking of that, we need to create the route. So we just have the controller function now. Let's create order routes. But we'll hit that route from the action, and then it'll get created, send it down through the state, and then we'll basically, after the order is created in the database, will be sent to a specific order page on the front end. So it'll be order / and then whatever that ID is. And that's the page where we want to have like the PayPal button and stuff like that. So for order routes, let's copy, we'll copy user routes because we're bringing in the middleware here, the protect, and paste that in. So we want that. We need to export from order controller the add order items, and let's import that here, add order items from the order controller, and we're going to bring in the protect middleware. And then as far as the routes, So this is a post request to slash, so this is actually good, we can leave that. And then we want to pass in the protect middleware and set this to add order items. Okay, so if we make a post request to slash API slash orders, then we should be able to call this function. Now, since we just created a new route file, we have to add that to our server.js. So let's just copy this down, and this will be order routes. Change this to order routes, and then let's mount it down here. This will be API slash orders. All right. Save that, and we should be all set as far as the server goes. So let's close this stuff up, and in the next video we'll go back to the front end and we'll start to we'll create our action and we'll make that place order button work.